Thank you so much for joining us, guys. My name is John Knight. I'm the Vice President of FFL Knights and wanted to jump on here and go over the opportunity with Family First Life. Once we go over the opportunity, you have my information either by text me if you're when you're interested, 717-415-414-8015. You can also reach me on Instagram, which is in the chat, john.knight.9047. So we'll just spend a couple minutes to go over, what's all the fuss about with Family First Life. Family First Life is growing at an astronomical rate, and we just want to go over that opportunity and give you a chance to see kind of what we're all about. So this will be the overview of our agency, just to give you guys a taste of what we're all about and what we're actually looking for. So we're looking for part-time agents. We're also looking for full-time agents. So if you're licensed already and want to build an agency here, the good thing about it is you're really not starting at the bottom. I think that's why a lot of people are hesitant about coming, because you can actually ramp up so quickly. Roughly about 60% of people are working a second job in which they knew about this. And what's so great about this is because of the high comp that we have, and the high upside. The opportunity, we have over 18,000 agents nationwide, and there are about 1.4 million working in the industry. So there's a big opportunity, and basically we're just looking to help those other agents that, are basically not getting paid what they're worth. Texas has about 250, Florida 165, Michigan 38,000, Ohio 53,000, and then Illinois with over 62,000. So just to kind of kick it off, the reason why we're here is Sean Mike. Sean Mike's our president CEO. We started in December of 2013. He personally helped over 800 families in a calendar year, and had over 30 agents helping over 700 families monthly. So his goal was actually to change the entire industry. And his basic quote is, "My goal is to have an army of men and women who have bigger bank accounts than any agents in the industry and the history of the industry." And which is huge, because most CEOs, they actually take care of themselves, but they don't take care of the agents. And it's such an agent-driven company that, coming here would be, such a breath of fresh air for most people. So, we're a market disruptor. Some of the market disruptors that you've heard of is obviously Netflix, with the movie industry, Airbnb, even though they own no property, with the hotel and hospitality industry, Lyft, and obviously Uber with the taxi industry, and then, of course, Amazon with the retail industry. And then, of course, Family First Life with the insurance industry. So when entire industry does something one way, we do that the exact opposite, basically with a quote from Mark Cuban. And that's where we're known as the Rogue IMO. We are the insurance disruptor. So just a little bit of information about the Rogue IMO and how we're disrupting the industry. Most people start at a comp of between 25 and 60%. And go up to about 100 to 110 max, where we're starting at 100%, and going to 145. So when I came here, it was almost like it was almost like triple my salary just by coming here. Cool is a lot of people have to work 5 to 10 years to get their renewals. And if they leave, then they don't get any. At mine, I had to work over 10 years. With the renewals, you're actually vested from day one. All the training's free. Only people that are producing 20 to 40,000, which is huge, because with a lot of companies, they don't have the people that are actually in the field training. They have people that are telling war stories about what they did 10 or 15 years ago, which is so huge, because most people want to be led by somebody that's actually in the field, that's actually, leading from the front. Usually you have to pay for your training. Trainers have not sold in years, like I said before. We have a ton of lead vendors, which if you've never sold, if you never helped families or done any type of insurance with leads, it's something definitely to be said about it, because it's a whole different mentality. in terms of, how you have to look for your leads. You don't have to bother friends and family. You don't have to be coming with the, hey, can you help me at dinner time? You don't have to be shunned at dinner time because, you're talking about insurance, because we already have that way to do that. Usually other people that have leads, they sell their leads over and over again. And then they want you to, like I said, wanted to sell your family and friends. Usually there's a charge to start, and usually to use their CRM, which there's no charge for us to start. We actually pay for the licensing program for you. And they actually have no ownership. They talk about equity and things like that. But one of the things Sean Mike always says is, hey, make sure you get it in writing, which makes so much sense. And you're actually truly independent, and, you don't have your contracts held hostage, or, you don't have to lose your book of business that supposedly they say you're an entrepreneur, but you're really not, because you can't take that business with you or sell. So no fees with FFL, complete ownership, and truly no contract. And that's why we are basically the Rogue IMO Disruptor. So this is just a little clip of us at convention this year, and like other IMOs watching us hit 1 billion, because that's our goal this year. So these are the carriers, all A-rated companies, ones that you've actually heard of. So when you walk into a house and you're going to talk to somebody, it's not like they haven't heard of your company. And this is the four options that we deal with. Final expense, which usually people are looking for with burial, and also their final expenses if they would pass away. Mortgage protection, which either pays the mortgage off in the event of death or disability. A lot of times they're actually getting their money back on that policy. We also protect retirements. With everything going on with in the world today, the markets have been all over the place. So we teach people how to sleep well at night with our plans. And then, of course, Medicare supplements, basically almost like a supplemental to regular health insurance, help supplement those extra costs that are not covered by Medicare. So basically our bread and butter, leads. Okay. So you have a couple of different ways of getting leads and through our company, which is great. Internet leads, which are so reasonable, anywhere from $150 to $25 a lead, which is usually generated over the internet. Facebook final expense leads, anywhere from $15 to $25. So generated usually through Facebook, or you can do a mail drop where you spend anywhere from $450 to $650 per thousand, and you just keep whatever comes in. And then we have what's called a buy per lead, which is anywhere from $30 to $65, which you usually pay as they come in. So plenty of different leads, very vast amount of leads. So you never run out of people to actually speak to. And that's, the whole name of the game. So we have tons of support, different Facebook groups. We have a ton of different Facebook groups, and everybody it's a great culture. So, if you ask anybody across the country for help, usually they're there to help you. You can connect with top producers, learn their secrets, and watch them dial live on Facebook. It's one thing we do on Mondays and Thursdays is we all dial together. So it's almost like an office environment. And then we weekly submit our numbers for the entire agency. And it's such a positive and conducive atmosphere for success. And, more success breeds more success. So we have different websites also to help our agents, training videos, training podcasts, lead vendors, phone scripts, carrier quotes. We have different tools that you have, hiring templates, customer surveys, and we even have a prescription discount card. So usually you're one of three things. You're all in. Hey, let's get the contract and paperwork and get started. Obviously, if you're licensed, that makes it really easy. Just reach out to me and we'll show you how to walk through that process. Even if you're not licensed, like I said before, we actually take care of the licensing process for you in terms of the study material. And then maybe you're actually B, where you have some questions, which is no problem. We'll answer many questions that you have and make sure it's a good fit for you. And then it might not be now, it might be later, which is fine. I appreciate you tuning in. So that was our basic overview of FFL and why you should definitely look at the opportunity. We've been growing so big and so fast. We're going to be hitting 1 billion this year. So you have my information. Like I said, my number there to text me. If you're interested, 717-414-8015. Um, the IG is john.knight dot 9047. Usually, Thomas, I see your chat there. Usually you can get help from somebody else. If you're having an issue there, a lot of times it can just be maybe communication or whatever. So just maybe talk to the person that's above your upline, and just try to communicate with them and to be able to help you with that. But usually everybody's usually able to work it out. You just have to maybe go a step higher. So I appreciate everybody tuning in tonight, and I look forward to talking to you. Take care.